Okay, who's ready? All right, yeah. Okay, this is great. You can come a little closer. It's okay. I know. Well, it's not what. This is like a community thing. It's not like a be scared of the president thing, right? So we can only say good things today, right, Amy? That's what Amy told me anyway. So hey, thanks everybody for being here. We are formally celebrating the launch of our first institutional ever diversity, inclusion, and access plan, right? So let's clap for that. Yep. This will forever be remembered as the food truck day on campus. And then hopefully we'll remember why the food trucks were here and why we had all the little tokens and everything like that. But you know, we wouldn't be celebrating this day, we wouldn't even be launching a diversity, inclusion, access plan if, number one, all of you hadn't participated in some way or another, and two, if so many people here on campus didn't already firmly believe about the importance of having a very diverse and inclusive campus community, right? I mean, the document itself reflects what it is that we all just inherently believe, right? It's our first opportunity to sort of set this down on paper, set some specific goals for ourselves, and to really just sort of make a statement that what we have always talked about is very important to us. You know, as an engineering and sciences school, we know that to deliver on our mission of educating, innovating, and inspiring students, coming up with new developments, we really do have to understand all perspectives and all backgrounds and all the places that our innovations and graduates might go. So, and we could have long discussions about the importance of diversity, inclusion, access, but I think all of you understand that inherently, and that's really why you're here today. This initiative started back in the fall of 2017 at Campus Conference when we announced we were going to do this, and we were going to do this through a council-based approach. And Amy, I don't remember how many people in total were engaged in the process, but
over 80.
Oh,
and the whole campus was engaged.
Yeah. So well, but I mean in the councils themselves and everything like that, you know. So we had hundreds of people involved in this, thousands. No,
close to a million.
Close to a million. In the same ballpark. You know, we just let you go, right? So not only were different people's backgrounds represented, but different parts of campus through the organizations were represented and everything like that. And so everybody had an opportunity to really provide some input to this. And then things got digested down, and then we passed out a draft, and then they got massaged a little bit again. And at the end of the day, we have a really nice document. But the important thing in there are the 27 recommendations that we're going to now work on, right? So we've got something to measure our progress against. We've got recommendations on things that we should be doing. We're already seeing the impact of those recommendations. We see that through the faculty hiring process. We see that through the number of people who have volunteered for implicit bias training. We see that already in new scholarship programs that we have. So this year we launched the Vanguard Scholars Program to really try to encourage more women to come to Mines. A couple years ago, we launched the foundation of the Bliss Scholars Program, which is geared towards first-generation students. One of the main emphasis areas for the capital campaign, that's still a secret.
Not at all.
Not at all? Okay. Really is communities of scholars funding, and a lot of that is geared towards accomplishing our objectives in our overall university strategic plan. One of those objectives is to be accessible and attractive to students and employees from all backgrounds, right? And we just, that little short statement is what all of this flows up through, is making sure that we can deliver on that. The other exciting thing is one of the recommendations, I don't know if it's number one on the list or not prioritized, but I just meant numerically. I'm looking at Amy because she knows better than I do. But it has already been funded, so Phillips 66. If we could give them a round of applause for a second here. you know, they are funding a mentorship program, which is one of the recommendations in the plan. So, you know, we're seeing things happening already, even before the document came out. Since we mentioned Phillips 66 is sponsoring something, I thought I'd also mention that Newmont and Fast Enterprises have also been sponsors. They're sponsoring this celebration of these 2 days that are taking place. So if we could thank them, right? Okay, Amy, is that enough talking? Okay, she gave me a window. Okay, so now we have to toast and then eat cookies, right? And I would say before I make the toast is take advantage of all the cool things that are going on today and tomorrow. There is a faculty challenge going on, in case you don't know about that. Amy actually started it. She sent out a trash talking note to her fellow faculty in civil environmental engineering that said that she left some money at one of the food trucks so that the next student who walked up would get treated to whatever it was that they were buying at the food truck. And so on my way over here, I tripled her trash talking and helped out a student to a, let's see, a Navajo taco, ice cream, and ice cream sandwich or something like that. So, but in addition to that, there's a lot of programming going on. So all that's, I think, mentioned pretty clearly in the Daily Blast. There's a nice link there. So take a look at that and take advantage of all those things. So, toasting time. All right. So it's kind of a three-part toast, but I would like to toast to some ways everyone in the past who got us to where we are today. You know, if I don't know if I have the fortune or I have the opportunity to look at a lot of historical photos of mines, right? And particularly people seated in front of some of these buildings around here. We've come a long way, right? We're not where we wanted to be, and where we will be, but we have come a long way, and that was through a lot of people's sort of individual, personal passions of just trying to make change happen. So part of the toast is to recognize all those people who got us to this point and who made the changes over the years. The second part is all of you who have been so passionate about, we timed this. It's actually always 2 minutes fast or something. You know, to all of you who have been working very hard on those things that you are particularly passionate about in diversion, inclusion, and access area, even prior to having a plan. And then the third part is to all of you who participated in preparing our diversity, inclusion, and access plan, and to the hope that we deliver on the promise of that, right? And along with that, I would like our toast to actually be a commitment on all of our parts to be involved, find a way to be engaged, and to help all of us collectively accomplish the goals and the mission that we've set forth for ourselves. So with that, cheers. Cheers. Cheers.